You're tuned in to Nerd Overload, your weekly show for video games, movies, TV shows, comics, tech news, and more. Sponsored in part by MB Subculture Comics and Costumes. Now your hosts, Cody Pinnick, Samantha Cross, Sam Dunham, and Josh Harrison.
Tape up your glasses and have your inhaler at the ready, because it's time for a Thanksgiving leftover-sized heaping helping of the Nerd Overload. I'm Cody.
I'm Sam.
I'm Josh.
We have a great show for you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We have a bunch of news, but as always, we're going to get into some things we've been checking out, and we have like 2 weeks worth, so we should have a lot.
Hopefully. Let's see.
Well, I'll start. I mean, why not? I've actually been working nonstop, which longtime listeners of the show should not be surprised by that. The one thing I've been able to check out, I know I said I was going to be able to watch Jessica Jones. I haven't gotten into it yet. I know.
I can't believe I've watched it and you haven't.
Did you ever finish Daredevil?
No.
You're a jerk.
Well, anyway, what I did was Thanksgiving Day, I watched the huge Mystery Science Theater Turkey Day Marathon.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. It was really great. Joel curated some really good episodes this year. The interstitials were shot at the Kickstarter headquarters.
Oh, that's cool.
Which was interesting, and he was pulling people on camera to talk with them, and they just seemed really nervous and like didn't kind of want to be there. But it was really good. It's MST3K. It's great. I think we'll talk about that a little later on. Yeah,
there's more news, and we've kind of been keeping a big eye on this.
We have.
I mean, it's really important to all of us.
Mm-hmm.
So
but we'll get to that after the break.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's it.
Besides working retail during the most horrible week known to man,
yeah,
I've been basically just playing games.
Nice,
like usual.
You know,
like you do.
Spending more time in the not Capital Wasteland. That was the last game. The Commonwealth in Fallout 4, and it's still a fantastic game. And I'm deeper into it than I was before.
I would hope.
The story's starting to come together. And it's still not amazing, but you know, better than I thought at least.
Well, that's cool.
I mean, there's kind of a twist. I didn't see it coming, like the way it was. I figured something was up, but I don't want to spoil it, and it's hard to talk about it without spoiling it. But it's starting to show, like, some chinks in the armor. Like, it's not the perfect, amazing game that seemed to be at first. Like, it's really dumbed down. It's more about combat now than RPG stuff like the other ones.
Okay.
Like, a perfect example is I was walking around and I heard these announcements going. It sounds like a race, like a horse race. So I'm like, oh, I'll go check this out. Like, I got to see what this is. And I walk in, and it's literally like a horse racetrack where they're running robot races around.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, awesome. I want to talk to somebody here, figure out what's going on. People just start shooting me. The audience for the racetrack is a bunch of raiders, so you just go in and kill people.
Oh.
And I'm like, why am I just killing people? Why aren't I talking to somebody? Why can't I place bets on robots? Like, if this was Fallout 3, or especially a Fallout, one of the original ones, there would definitely be a lot of stuff to do here, and it would be cool.
Yeah, you would be able to build your own robot to put in the race.
Yeah, but no, in Fallout 4, it's just another place to kill a bunch of people.
Oh, that's a bummer.
And that's what it comes down to.
I'm a little heartbroken.
It's just kind of dumbed down.
Aww.
It's still a fun game, but it's not a good Fallout. It's a good game, but it's not a good Fallout game.
Gotcha. I understand.
I'd still recommend it. Other than that, I got Mario Tennis. That came out.
Oh, yeah. How is that?
It's all right.
That's about what I've heard.
Yeah, I mean, the tennis is solid and it's fun. I've only played it by myself, but it's probably really fun multiplayer. Mm-hmm. A good back and forth party game. But it's really devoid of content, like, at all.
Like most Mario sports games?
No, like, there's not even any mini games.
Oh, God.
Like, the 64 one, you'd have, like, ring tennis, or, like, mini games where you hit it against a wall, or something with a piranha plant, or some crap. Mm-hmm. But there's nothing. The only single-player mode is you see how many people you can beat in a row before you lose.
Ugh.
Oh, man.
And there's unlockable characters, but there's only, like, 3. There's no tournament mode.
That's really weird. Do you suppose that they're going to roll out, like, DLC down the line, or is it just going to be, is this it?
I hope so, because they really snaked me out of $50 if that's all there is. Luckily, I mean, I had a coupon. I didn't pay full price.
Well,
I had a
that's
coupon.
good.
But I'm really
still,
glad I
yeah.
had a coupon because it is not worth the asking price.
Yeah.
If you get Mario Tennis 64 on the Virtual Console, you get more of a game than...
See, that's how I felt when I got Wii Music when that originally came out.
Oh, God. I rented that, and I felt like I got ripped off.
I got it for Christmas, and then I felt bad because it was a new release at the time, and I was like sitting there and I'm playing it, and I'm like, all I keep playing is the Zelda theme because it's the only good song on here.
I played it, and I'm like, this is a baby rattle.
Yeah.
Nintendo invented a video game that's a baby rattle. You just shake the Wiimote and music comes out. It's a rattle.
jeez.
It's for babies.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was horrible. I was like, oh man, I feel really bad for asking him for this.
The graphics are really good in Mario Tennis, though. It looks good. The characters have fun emotes, and there's that Mega Mushroom thing. Doesn't really change anything.
Yeah.
Just sometimes you're real big, sometimes you're not. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. But then as soon as, both sides are real big, then
Yeah,
it's
it's just
what's
the same.
point? Yeah.
And usually that's what happens. You get the mushrooms at pretty much usually the same time.
Like you do.
So it's not a big deal. Don't buy it unless you're real into tennis. But even then, like, just get Mario Tennis 64 on the Virtual Console.
Or didn't they do like a Mario Tennis on GameCube?
Yeah, Mario Power Tennis, and it's on the Wii too, with redone controls. That was a better game. That one you had special moves you could do.
I really enjoyed Mario All-Star Baseball.
Oh, I love Mario Baseball. I really wish they'd make another one of those.
I played a lot of that, like the demo version of that.
Oh man, I played the crap
Yeah,
out of
I
that
love
game.
that game. Both the GameCube and the Wii ones are really good.
I never did play Mario Strikers though, but I heard it was meh.
Yeah, it's all right. I like the kind of the they took the characters in a weird direction and made them kind of edgy, and that was kind of fun to see a different take on the Mario characters. But yeah, Mario Tennis is a letdown. It better have DLC and it better be free. Put Link in it. That would be cool.
There we go.
If
Master Sword turns into a tennis racket.
Master Racket.
Do-do-do-do.
No, he just duct tapes the shield to the end of the sword and starts swinging it around.
There's a nice, healthy metal punk to it.
Yeah.
I think it's really obvious that Nintendo just needed some more stuff to come out at Christmas.
Yeah.
And they just rushed it out the door.
Ugh.
Like they did.
That's
There's
the
been a
worst.
couple games lately that have kind of felt like we just got to get stuff out for Christmas.
Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I've been playing a little bit of that, and...
Is that the full title, or was that 2 games?
No, it's the full title.
Oh.
Boy, there's not a lot to it.
Yeah, I bought it too, and I haven't opened it because we played it here,
Yeah.
and I think I got everything I needed out of it then.
You pretty much did.
I've been contemplating just taking it back.
It was a good deal for the toys.
The amiibos that it comes with are really cool.
Yeah, if it didn't come with the 2 toys and the 3 cards, and they still tried to, even if they tried to charge 30, if they like cut the price in half and didn't have any of the toys with it, it would not be worth it. You get 1 board in it. That's it. Although I did find out you can place little landmarks around, and it will actually unlock like different paths. But with those 4 things in the corner, what's the point of having paths in the middle?
Yeah, because
you're just going to go around the outside.
To get the stamp.
And with the exception of the island escape minigame, which is a lot of fun if you have cards, with the exception of that, the minigames are no good.
They were all terrible.
They're really bad. The best thing I can say about them is there is one minigame where you can farm the tokens that you need to place items on your main map fairly easily and quickly in one of the mini games. That's the best. That's the best I can say about it.
They all seem like they were luck based, or I just didn't understand what was going on.
They weren't described very well.
No, and Nintendo's usually good at tutorials, but there was nothing.
No, what Amiibo Festival? It felt like they wanted to make toys of the Animal Crossing characters, which I mean I get. They wanted to test out up-resing the 3DS models, because that's all they are high def up-resed versions of the 3DS models. I think it was a test for an actual Animal Crossing game to come out on the next system. I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like a weird stopgap. Although I did find if you build a house in Happy Home Designer and save it on the card, when you put the character into the game, like as like a background on the board, the house design that you built is actually the one that pops up.
Oh, that's cool.
It's neat. It's not.
It doesn't affect
It's not
gameplay.
worth. It doesn't affect gameplay in any way. But I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna keep it. I mean, why not? But it's just not. There could have been so much more to it, and
Yeah.
it's just not.
It's like a really stripped down Fortune Street or like Mario Party without any mini games.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's like Life, the board game.
Yeah,
Life.
except cuter and it's not as bad as the board game Life.
Yeah. True.
I've never actually played Life.
Life sucks.
I had.
It really does.
I had to in home ec. We got paired up into teams and we had to play Life.
Oh my god.
Yeah, for Z. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we never did that.
Yeah, well, it was the last year before she retired.
Oh, I have a fun home ec story.
Yeah, let's hear it.
There was not an even number of males and females in my class, and I got paired up with a dude. Which, I mean, is not
Hey,
a problem.
not a problem, but it
except
just-
if you're a teenager in a class, like, right on the eve
Yeah.
of Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
Yeah.
Like that. It just wasn't fun.
Yeah.
It was uncomfortable for teenage Cody, is what you're
Yes,
saying.
Yes.
exactly. I'm like, actually, nobody really made fun of me about it. Like, everybody had a good laugh.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it was just like borderline, like this could be really bad.
You know, we didn't have anything like that in home ec.
I bet they don't do it anymore.
Well, my home ec. Well, I didn't have home ec. I only had home ec in middle school. Yeah, River Valley is weird. At least it was. I don't know what it's like anymore because it's been so long.
I had it in both junior high and high school.
Yeah,
Although high school, it kind of turned into life skills, and then you're balancing checkbooks and
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that too.
doing more
Yeah.
important things.
I think I had it in junior high. Oh, yeah. I had it in 8th grade. I went to a different school than... I went to Ridgedale that year, and, yeah, I played a bunch of Magic the Gathering.
That's an important life skill.
That was life skill. Yeah.
Yeah, my home ec class in middle school was split up into two different sections for like the first part of the semester or whatever. And also, it was an elective, or it was like kind of like an elective. Like you did home ec like your first semester, and then your second semester you did like a foreign language or something, or art or something. Anyway, first half of the course we learned sewing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think ours in middle school was sewing one half and then cooking the other half.
Yeah, the other half was cooking, and all we really did was make pizza. We made pizza.
That's the most important thing to know how to
And
make.
we made
yeah.
this other thing called like pizza bubble bread, where you took Grand's biscuits and you basically made this pizza dish thingy. It was really good. I think I still have the recipe somewhere on a piece of paper. Yeah, and then after that, I never did it.
Yeah.
I remember sewing something to my leg.
Nice.
To I had it sitting on my lap, and I was sitting there sewing, and I realized I had sewn it to my pants.
That's awesome.
Man, we really got off topic.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Anyway, my check it outs.
Welcome to high school reminiscent overload.
Anyway, my check it outs. Woo! Couple of things. Quick Battlefront update.
Are you still playing Battlefront?
Yes,
Okay.
a lot. And they just released the new map with a new mode.
Okay, I was going to ask because I've heard some negative things about how there've only been a couple of maps.
Yeah, there aren't really many maps.
I've heard some negative things about the game as a whole.
It depends.
The shine's starting to come off it.
Some people, I could see some people's gripes. I mean, it's very limited right now. There's supposed to be 4 expansions coming out.
Which I'm sure all cost money.
Oh yeah, because it's published by EA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's made by DICE, so it's freaking beautiful and it plays amazing. But as far as EA having its hooks in it, it's turned into a cash grab. Anyway,
It's only got like 11 weapons.
yeah, there aren't many.
Yeah.
But there'll be more, and there'll be more vehicles and whatnot. I'm waiting for more starfighters because it's right now it's just 2 for each side plus a hero.
It needs space battles.
It really does. I feel like they really missed out by not having the Death Star battle.
It's like one of the most important, if not the most important battle in all of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also as far as fighter squadron mode, there's only one objective aside from kill as many guys as you can, and that's destroy the other team's transport when it's taken off. and it happens multiple times through the match on both sides. So it's anyway, that's a different kind of gripe. Anyway, they released the Battle of Jakku map with Force Awakens coming out in the new planet of Jakku.
Yeah.
Is there any secret movie hidden things in it?
No. It definitely feels like they worked a lot harder on that map than they did on some of the other ones. Not
sure
that the
did.
other maps look bad. I mean, they're all really pretty looking, but this one has a lot going on. I mean, the terrain is insane. The map title is called Graveyard of Giants, and there's like burned out hulls of like all kinds of things. There's like X-wings and TIE fighter wreckage everywhere. There's a big blockade runner crashed on the ground.
Oh, right on. Cool.
Like sitting in the middle.
I always liked the blockade runners. I always thought that was a neat design.
Yeah, I like jetpacking over the engine bits.
Oh, cool.
And people don't know how to look up in that game. Seriously, the jetpack is like the most OP thing because you can just jump up somewhere and someone's like, dead, dead, dead. You didn't see me coming. Da, 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 da. See, I'm on the train too.
The Cena train.
Anyway.
That's why Boba Fett's bounty hunting business goes so well. It's because he is always above everyone and they don't look up.
Boba Fett's really good, but I haven't quite mastered playing him yet. Anyway, there's a lot of visual stuff going on in the map. Like, there's like a huge space battle going up in the sky that you can see. Randomly, barrages come down and hit the ground that aren't from either side, so that kind of kills everybody if you're standing kind of in it. Mm-hmm. When the match starts, you can hear like this weird sound, and if you look up in the sky, you see a Super Star Destroyer on fire, like coming down.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it gets louder and louder as it comes down. And when it finally hits the ground and kind of erupts into a giant fireball you can't interact with because it's way off into the background, the map kind of shakes a little bit. But the new mode is called Turning Point. It's a lot of fun, and it's insane. Like, you die a lot.
That's the one thing that keeps me from playing this game. I'm just going to die a lot, and it's not going to be any fun for me.
But it's basically rush mode from the Battlefield games. If you're on the Imperial side, you have these 3 checkpoints you're trying to protect. And it's not like an object you interact with. It's like almost like Conquest mode. There's like a little area you kind of got to stand in. And it basically, and once the rebels take it, you get pushed back to another set, and then another set, and then if you get pushed back,
then you got to put all the ink on the ground.
Exactly. But it's so insane and it's so fun. But only that map has that mode right now.
Oh.
Yeah. That map also has a Walker Assault mode and a Fighter Squadron.
Geez, so it has everything for this one map.
Not quite. I mean, there's no droid run. There's no.
This is gonna be a great game when the Game of the Year edition comes out.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's like before the Battle of Jakku map even popped out, I was already seeing level 50 people running around. I'm like almost 20, but I don't play it every day, though I really want to. But sometimes adulting takes over. Like when I'm working overtime. One of my other check-it-outs is I started watching the anime One Punch Man.
You know what? Before we got recording, I was actually going to ask you about that a little bit because I'm on record as being not the anime guy. I'm not. That's not it. But I've been seeing this thing pop up a lot lately, and
it's gaining a lot of traction.
It looks very much like geared towards my sensibilities, which is Western superhero comics.
Oh yeah, it's definitely that. But also, it makes fun of anime tropes.
Which is something that I also enjoy doing.
But how it kind of got started for me is I kind of see like the memes and things popping up about it, and I had no idea anything about it.
I saw a bunch of custom amiibos of One Punch Man.
Really?
That's the first time I saw the character. I was like, what is...
Well, it's really easy because he's really plain looking.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
very plain looking.
Yeah.
That's part of the joke in the show. But a couple of guys I LARP with are really super into it, and they started telling me about it. And like, you need to watch it. So I'm like, you know what? I thought about I'm like, well, should I read the webcomic? Because it was originally a webcomic. Mm-hmm. They got picked up by a manga studio with manga artists, and then it eventually became an anime. If you go back and read the old webcomic, the first few comics look like garbage because it's drawn like crap.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which they sometimes kind of fit. Sometimes they kind of fit that art style into the show.
Yeah.
But
Is there a dub for it yet?
Not that I know of. Like I said, Hulu has like the first 9 episodes. It was the first 8, and then the 9th episode came out like yesterday or the day before.
I'm such a dub scrub.
I don't mind it. I just can't eat. I can't eat when I'm watching subbed anime.
Yeah, like I like anime, but I have to really be interested in it to commit the time to do a subtitle. Yeah. Now I sound like a Dumbo that doesn't read. Like,
I don't want to read.
Like, subtitles don't bother me. It's just, I don't know. A lot of times when I'm watching an anime, I'm also doing another thing.
Oh yeah,
that's how I kind of feel. But like when it comes to like the sub stuff, I have to stop everything just so I can pay attention.
Yeah, you have to be sure this is all you want to do is watch this because you got to pay attention.
Right.
But I really like it. It follows this guy. Saitama is his name. He hasn't got his superhero name yet.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, it kind of showed his backstory a little bit. He just looked like kind of like a random, normal anime guy. And he saved some kid from a rampaging monster.
Okay.
And so he decided he was going to dedicate his life to becoming a hero.
All right.
And so in the process of dedicating his life to becoming a hero, through all his training, it made him lose all his hair.
Oh, that's why he's bald.
That's why he's bald.
Okay.
Also, he's incredibly powerful. He's actually so strong, he's bored.
So let me guess. He can destroy enemies with one punch?
He can destroy anything in one punch.
With one punch, man.
But anyway, it's really funny. There's this like pretty boy anime cyborg guy that pops up. He's one of the main characters, Geonos or something like that. Anyway, he starts telling Saitama his backstory, and it's like goes into like the music and like when I was a child, blah 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 blah. He's like, I'm gonna stop you right there. Can you give me like 20 words or less?
That's awesome.
And like he's like, monsters killed my village and I became a robot. And then like they fight this one bad guy, and this bad guy's like doing this villainous monologue, and the cyborg guy is like, stop, my master only wants it in 20 words or less. And he's just kind of sitting there like with his finger in his ear, just kind of like not even paying attention. But he's got like the most plain face ever. Mm-hmm. He never really makes any facial expressions outside of boredom.
Oh wow.
At one point, he contemplates not being a hero anymore because he just cannot take. He's so bored because nobody can beat him.
Yeah.
But yet, there's this group within the show called like the Hero Association. So basically, to be recognized as an actual hero and not some weirdo, you have to go through this process he didn't even know about.
Huh.
And so he's been slowly climbing the ranks, even though he blew all of the physical tests out of the water. Mm-hmm. But he failed the written exam terribly. So he starts like at the bottom.
Oh jeez.
Oh my god, there's a hero that you'd really like. He's kind of a play on Kamen Rider.
Okay, cool.
He's called Moomin Rider, the cyclist for justice.
Nice. Oh, I like it.
And he rides a bicycle.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like at one point in one of these episodes, there's like this horrible like giant monster of death that's basically been killing basically all heroes that come up to him. And he's like, I know I'm just a Class C hero, but I'm going to try. And he's like cycling. He's like, justice, crash! And he like throws his bike at him.
Oh, that's
And
great.
the monster just kind of turns around and like, really? I really enjoy it. I really, I kind of want to go back and like just read everything and see kind of where it goes and its kind of origin and whatnot.
Yeah. I wonder how long it'll take before it gets like a live action either movie or miniseries or whatever. Because
I hope so because it's freaking hilarious.
Yeah, because that seems to be the trajectory for a lot of these animes these days.
They get super popular.
Like Titan. And, Sailor Moon had that live-action show.
Which was terrible.
Yeah. I've actually heard it was laughably bad, like terribly awesome, kind of.
I've only watched the first one. I didn't think it was that bad.
All I know is that the cat is a puppet.
Yeah. It was live-action Sailor Moon. Oh, man.
That's all I know about it.
Oh, at one point, Saitama like kills a bunch of villains because they put a hole in his roof.
Makes sense.
He's like, I gotta pay for that. Oh god! At one point, he was fighting this one group of villains, and he beats them, and he starts freaking out. Like, it shows like his internal monologue a lot. He's just thinking about like, what am I gonna eat tonight? He freaks out at one point. They're like, yeah, we finally cracked him, and he's like, I missed the sale at the supermarket. My other check it out was Jessica Jones.
Okay, well, we could talk a little bit about it.
Yeah,
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, but
it's really good.
It is really good.
Go watch Jessica Jones.
Do we want to do a non-spoilery thing this week and then next week do a spoiler?
Sure,
It
why not?
depends on how much of it I get to watch.
That's true.
Yes,
That's true.
I guess.
Well, we'll make you leave the room like we did last time.
Yeah.
Did we want to take a break first, or did we?
No, let's keep going because we.
Anyway, Jessica Jones, really, really good. I like it just as much as Daredevil, but it's a completely different show than Daredevil.
That's what I've been hearing.
I like it more than Daredevil. I didn't watch all of Daredevil, but what I've seen of Jessica Jones, I like more than what I saw of Daredevil. She's just so awesome.
She is, but she's also like, sometimes it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Because she drinks herself stupid all the time.
Yeah.
The guy who plays Luke Cage is great.
I've heard that as well.
Oh man, the first time he used his catchphrase, I lost it. I laughed so hard.
Sweet Christmas.
Yeah. He used it a couple times in the show. Half the fun of watching Jessica Jones was watching the David Tennant fangirls losing their crap on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because he's so
creepy.
Though they do one thing in Jessica Jones that I'm noticing a trend with the Netflix Marvel series. They'll do like an episode or two where you kind of feel bad for the villain.
Oh yeah.
But then he goes like, because they did the same thing with Kingpin.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, it's full bore. I'm a terrible freaking person.
Well,
like I am the worst.
That's how you write a good villain, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There has to be some angle of, I don't want to say sympathy, but they have to be human.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what Steph
Yeah.
called it. It was like humanizing the character.
Yeah.
You're not just so evil that everyone just hates you.
You're not Cobra Commander. Like, you're not...
But oh my god, there is a Tumblr dedicated to the Kilgrave fandom.
That's awful.
Yeah, it's really awful. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's people who ship Jessica Jones and Kilgrave, and like that's really gross. And those
Have
people
they not? Have those people
messed
not
up.
like watched the series
Oh,
or
apparently.
done any research on the characters' interactions at all? Because I mean, I'm coming at it just from knowing the comics.
Yeah.
That it was based on, and if it's anything like the show, that's really bad. Really bad.
Oh my god, he is. It's so weird watching David Tennant being a really, really bad guy, but it's also kind of satisfying because it just shows the range of acting he can do.
Yeah, he's so good and so bad that I don't even connect him with Doctor Who anymore.
Really?
I'm like, that's not the Doctor.
But I did notice a couple of his like little doctor like quirks that he does. Like at one point he's sitting there like talking and monologuing, and then he kind of folds his arm and goes, "Wow!" And I'm like, it's so 10, it's nuts.
That's cool.
Oh, we should talk about Doctor Who, actually. There's been stuff happened on the last couple of Doctor Who's.
Yeah,
that we
let's
should
talk about
probably
them.
talk about.
Yeah, if we can get to it kind of quick, sure, we can do that.
Maybe save it till after the break, because it's
It's
stuff
kind of big-
happened.
it's
It's
kind
kind
of-
of a big deal.
It is
Okay,
kind of a big
yeah.
deal. But either way, Jessica Jones, really, really good. The ending really was really good.
Let's leave it at that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Watch Jessica Jones. I've even getting my friends who aren't big into like comic books or comic movies to start watching Jessica Jones.
How cool is Patsy Walker in it, too? She's awesome.
She kind of takes a little bit of a downturn.
Oh.
Okay, I don't want to know anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's not-
We've danced on the edge
I know,
of
I know.
spoilers just far enough.
It's good. It's really, really good. Get excited for everything else Netflix and Marvel is going to put out.
Sounds great. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Nerd Overload is sponsored in part by MB Subculture Comics and Costumes. MB Subculture is the one-stop shop for all your geeky needs, from comics and collectibles to unique custom costumes, masks, makeup, and more. MB Subculture is located at 127 South Sandusky Avenue in downtown Bucyrus. 419-562-0404 and online at subcultureoh.com. Okay, we're back. That was Istanbul by They Might Be Giants. No real reason why we played it, just
because
it's just a good one, and They Might Be Giants are great.
They are. They're really great. Anyway, we're after the break, so let's talk about Doctor Who before we get into the other stuff.
And this might be spoilery, but honestly, everybody knew it was coming, so it's not that big of a spoiler.
Okay.
And the way they did it was so crappy that it doesn't matter. Spoilers, Claire's dead.
So she's not just off the show, she's actually dead.
Straight up dead.
Oh, man.
And they did such a bad job at it. The whole thing is that one of the dudes that Clara knows wakes up with a tattoo that's counting down on his neck.
He popped up in one episode like forever ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they got to figure out, why is this happening? He's gonna die when it gets 0.
Mm-hmm.
They find a secret Diagon Alley knockoff. In the
It's an alien refugee camp.
Yeah.
In London.
And this guy got framed for a crime in the alley, and that's his sentence counting down to when he dies. And Clara gets the bright idea, because you can pass the sentence on to someone else.
Someone willing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, someone willing, and Clara gets the bright idea, pass it over to me, and we can use it to get more time, because the person inside of the alley knows Clara and promised her.
Yeah, promised she wouldn't get hurt, yeah.
Okay.
So Clara's like, pass it on to me. And then when it gets to the reveal at the end, it turns out once you passed on the timer, you can't remove it. Before, she could have removed it if it was on the original dude, but since he passed it to Clara, she has
changed
to
the
die.
contract.
Yeah, the contract has changed and she has to die. And that is how they killed a companion who has been there longer than any other almost companion in the entire series. They just...
Was she there longer than Rose? Because Rose was on there for a really long time.
I don't know. I think she might just be barely more.
Wow. That sucks.
And I'm not a huge Clara Oswin.
Yes, Osgood
Oswald. Clara Oswald.
Clara Oswald. Well, there was also a Clara Oswin. That was the souffle girl.
Yeah. I'm not the biggest
Clara's story
fan.
is very convoluted.
Yeah,
Okay.
but she deserved better than to get killed off like some random side character would in an episode.
And where was the doctor to explain that, hey, don't pass this off?
He was busy trying to figure out the crime. Claire was off doing her own thing and came up with this bright idea on her own. So it's pretty much her own fault that she's dead. But granted, she even says that is it's my fault. I did this. This was my decision. You cannot go on a revenge kick.
But the doctor doesn't even try a whole lot to do anything about it. He's just I don't know.
Yeah, you would think the doctor, he's always got a plan for everything.
Yeah, that's what he does, is he finds solutions to impossible problems. That's half the show.
Yeah.
But it basically feels like it was lazy writing.
Yeah. Because, the first half of the episode seems like a really good regular Doctor Who episode, and then they decide to kill Clara in such a crappy way that it ruined the whole episode.
Oh, man, that's a bummer. Have they picked a new companion yet?
No, the episode after that was actually just all Capaldi. He's the only other person in the whole episode.
Aside from the monster.
Yeah, and it was really good.
Well,
really?
And that little kid at the end.
Yeah. Because that one after that, he's trapped in this
castle puzzle thing,
and there's the only way out is this wall of this
diamond,
5 times harder than diamond wall. And I guess to spoil that too, he's been punching at this wall for 2 billion years. He's been in a loop.
Oh, jeez.
Because
he keeps dying.
Yeah, he keeps dying and not regenerating, but recloning himself to do this loop over and over again for billions of years to punch
That's the thing. His new clone doesn't realize it's doing that. It's happened before.
Yeah, the same thing keeps happening over and over again. To slowly punch barehanded through a wall of diamonds to get out of this castle.
Wow, that's tough. That's tight.
The castle's over water, and he goes underwater, and for some reason there's just skulls everywhere in that water. And it turns out all the skulls were his.
Oh, jeez.
So it's ridiculous. It was really
because
good.
This monster burns you on a cellular level. He can't regenerate.
Ah, okay.
So he basically uses this machine that kind of the whole castle resets with every cycle.
And it's the teleporter that brought him there. It
Yeah.
still has his data in it, so he can use it to make another one of himself.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was a really interesting episode.
And Capaldi nails it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
He's really shown this season that he's an awesome doctor. He's been really, really good. All while being different than
do
the
we
other
want
ones.
to talk about like the big thing at the end?
Oh, yeah. Another big thing. He's back on Gallifrey.
Oh.
At the end of the Diamond Wall, it was a
portal.
Portal back to Gallifrey.
Oh, wow.
And that's where it ended. So
and basically he talks about how, tell them I'm here. I took the long way around. And basically talks about how he's going to conquer Gallifrey.
Okay. Wow.
He getting dark.
Yeah.
Well.
Dank Doctor.
And the next one's the season finale, so.
Gotcha.
Oh, I thought the next one was the Christmas episode.
No, there's one more and then the Christmas one.
Oh, okay. With River Song coming back.
Yeah. Andy gets a new Sonic.
Oh,
finally.
Oh, he does.
So they're ditching the sunglasses.
Oh, they're ditching the sunglasses? I like the sunglasses.
They're really boring.
We've talked about this before.
Yeah. I forgot to mention when I check it out that I played the Lego Dimensions Doctor Who level.
Is it good?
It's very good.
Good.
It's very much like a Lego version of an episode of the show.
Good.
Oh, very cool.
Probably the best Doctor Who game to ever come out because the other ones are crap.
Yeah. the point and click adventure game one on PC is like almost good.
Almost.
Like if you're gonna play one, then that one's pretty good. I mean, it has Matt Smith and Pond, and they do their own voices. So
that's cool. Anyway, do you guys want to get into some of this news that we have?
Newsy news.
Sure. Cool. Let's talk about the Captain America trailer. Civil War.
Yes, please.
Avengers 3. Captain America 2.
Avengers 2.5.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
I don't know why they're even bothering to calling it Captain America.
At this point, I'm not quite sure. It has the most crossover characters, like non-Captain America specific characters in it.
There was probably more Iron Man in that trailer than there was Captain America.
Well, there's more Iron Man in every Marvel movie that Iron Man pops up in.
Yeah.
Every movie is like basically the extension of Iron Man.
They might as well call it the Iron Man Cinematic Universe.
They might as well. But in itself, the trailer is awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I'm hyped for it. Oh man.
Oh, the battle lines are being drawn.
I'm not sure where the Avengers movies are going to go after this. You know?
Yeah, it's kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Thor's not in it.
He's doing his own thing.
Thor and Hulk
Ragnarok
are the only Avengers not in it.
because Thor is doing his own thing for Ragnarok, and I've heard Hulk's going to show up at some point in that.
Yes.
So that's cool.
No
Vision either.
Yeah. Doesn't mean he won't be there.
Oh, no, he'll be around. If anything, he'll be on Iron Man's side.
Maybe.
Would you think?
Maybe. Well, he did sort of make him.
The Under Armour man.
Yeah, pretty much. Bucky remembers who he is, the Winter Soldier.
Yep.
That's cool.
Basically, the whole Civil War is going to boil down to is the government wants the Winter Soldier for crimes he committed.
Some reasons.
Something. Yeah. And because he's remembering Falcon and Cap have been working with him, I guess, to try to bring him back.
Jog his memories or something. Yeah.
Still not quite sure what that thing his arm's trapped in is, though. Something.
Who knows?
Black Panther, though.
Black Panther looks great. I like the redesign of his costume with the vibranium like lines in the costume.
Yes.
That is really cool.
I like that. The costume looks really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, everyone's sitting there talking about, Civil War, and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, where's Spidey?
Oh, they're saving that.
Oh yeah,
they're saving that.
I know. I can't wait though.
They're not going to show Spider-Man in the trailer. You got to pay money to see Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But at least one look. Everyone always gets one.
No Ant-Man either. Although he's supposed to be in it.
Yeah, I was about to ask, is Ant-Man in this movie?
Well, my theory is he's in every scene.
You just can't see him.
He's just real tiny. He's just shrunk down.
What are you talking about? He's in every scene.
Oh man,
can
we talk about that one point in the trailer where Winter Soldier and Captain America are fighting Iron Man?
Oh, that is so great.
And then they kiss?
No.
But no, they're tossing their shield back and forth and just beating them down. Oh, that's great.
It's going to be a great fight scene.
It's like 2 seconds in the trailer, but it's just
so
awesome.
Good. Oh, Falcon finally has. Well, I guess he's had red wings now.
Yeah,
he had him in Ant-Man.
Yep.
Though I'm hearing rumors that he's instead of talking to birds like he does in the comics, he's going to have like some kind of droney robot falcon
Oh
thing.
my god, he talks to birds in the comics.
He does.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah, that's one of his powers. Is he a mutant? I don't think he's as an actual
I'm
mutant.
sure he's not now.
No.
He's an Inhuman. Ooh, that was something else in Jessica Jones that I really liked. The fact that Luke Cage and Jessica Jones aren't Inhumans.
Oh, they're not. They're just super-powered people.
Accidents.
Yeah,
Accidents.
accident and experiment.
That's like the comics. Great. Awesome.
Yeah, there was a scene where it's like, we're both telling you now that we're not mutants.
Yeah, basically they're just kind of like, so how you got your powers? Oh, experiment. How you? Accident. Okay, and then just go. Anyway.
It's way better than some boring long origin story that nobody wants to hear.
Well, yeah.
Exactly.
But we will in Luke Cage. We'll get that.
Maybe.
We'll get it in flashback.
So yeah, Civil War trailer. Movie looks really good, really crazy. I'm kind of wondering if they're going to do the ending of the Civil War like they did.
Well,
in the
there's
comics.
no robot clone, and Black Goliath hasn't been created.
Well,
so they
no.
can't
I
do that.
meant not so much that, but I'm talking more like the death of Captain America.
Well, Crossbones is in this movie,
Yes, he is.
and he's the guy that
Well, he's the one who initially makes the shot.
who makes the shot initially. Yeah,
Yes, and then it was Cap's Shield girlfriend who was
Sharon Carter.
brainwashed by the Red Skull.
By the Red Skull, who had grafted part of Professor X's brain into his own to give himself psychic powers.
Yep.
Comics.
Yep. I'll say Professor X has been dead for a while now.
How
hasn't
many
he?
more movies does the what's his name, Chris Evans? Is that who it is?
Yes.
Chris Evans.
Yeah, how many-
He has 2.
Hmm.
And I think they're counting Avengers 3 Part 1 and 2 as one movie.
So he's probably
contract-wise.
not. He's probably not going to die,
Unless he dies and shows up in like flashbacks.
or they bring him back to
Or
life
they
because
because comics.
No one stays dead. No one.
But no, I'm excited for it. It's going to be great. On the flip side of that,
Yeah.
Let's talk about a trailer that's not so good.
very similar themes, superhero movie with a bunch of cameos from other superheroes.
Batman v Superman:
Yeah.
Dawn of Justice.
Superheroes fighting other heroes.
Okay, the beginning of the trailer, they're being real dour. They're doing the Superman and Batman are doing this back and forth, and I'm like, okay, I'll take this for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
This is the movie that we're gonna see.
Yeah,
It's gritty. It's
it's
dark.
going to be sad. It's going
this-
to everyone's angry at each
Yeah,
other.
I'm like, okay, this is not bad if you take into account this is what they're going for.
Right.
But then the crowd's part and Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor comes out
Like
and
a cartoon.
He is a cartoon man, and it is terrible.
Yeah.
I feel like the way he's acting in the trailer, it's like he auditioned for the Joker and said, "Well, you get to be Lex, okay, but I'm still gonna play Joker."
Basically, yeah. He's
He's goofing around.
like he's doing a hipster take on Gene Hackman's Lex
Sorta,
Luthor, kind
sorta,
of. Like,
yeah.
but cranked it to 11. Like his character kind of from Zombieland. How he's constantly talking about things and he's
Oh,
going like that. But
he's Eisenberging it.
he is. And
Full.
He's
full
like making
Eisenberg.
cracks about
Superman's strength and-
which is really dumb because he doesn't know it's Superman unless he does.
Unless
I
he
don't
does.
know.
Well, he's
Yeah,
Lex
because it was
Luthor.
kind of weird. He's like Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne. Oh man.
There's so much in that trailer that makes me.
Though I will say I did like the line that Ben Affleck says to Clark Kent, and he says, maybe it's the Gotham City in me, but we don't have a real great history with people dressed as clowns.
Yeah,
I liked Ben Affleck.
I did
He's
too.
A really awesome.
he's going to
Bruce
make
Wayne.
He's going to make a great Bruce Wayne and probably a pretty good Batman. I wish they would stop grimacing at each other.
Yeah.
I wish Superman would just smile just once.
Yeah, because that's what he does. He's not a dour man.
No, he is the all-American. I am the pinnacle of truth, justice, and the American way.
He's kind of yin yang to Batman.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he's supposed
which
to be.
is why they would fight.
Best, also, and why they're kind of best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't get any of that in this.
No, there's no nuance whatsoever.
I also don't like the voice changer in Batman's bat armor. Did you
Oh.
hear
Yeah.
some of that? It's like
Yeah.
robot voice. That's not good.
No. Which also doesn't make sense because of his armor. That is the one part
And
that
that's
is
not covered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but the thing that ticked me off the most in that trailer Doomsday.
I knew it was coming.
Screw Doomsday. That is why? Why would you introduce that character into this movie? Why would you introduce that character in the way that they are, which it looks like they're like backwards engineering like
General Zod's
DNA into some kind of Monster Man?
Monster Man.
Why?
He really is.
And he doesn't look like Doomsday because he's big, but he's not bulky.
He looks like a Ninja Turtle.
He does.
Like
he looks
a Michael Bay Ninja Turtle.
Yeah. He doesn't have a whole lot. I mean, he has some of the rock spikes.
Kind of looks barely,
but they're not. Yeah, but they're not like they
should be.
Like they should be.
He kind of looks like the Abomination did in the Incredible Hulk movie.
Yeah, he kind of looks like that too. Starts blasting people with his eye and mouth lasers.
His face lasers.
Eye and mouth lasers.
His whole
face is a laser.
His face just explodes in a general direction of Batman and Superman.
His ear, eyes, and throat doctor laser.
Listen, the only time I want to see Doomsday and Superman interact is
when he kills him.
Is when Doomsday kills Superman and the other 4 Supermen pop out. The Eradicator, Steel, Superboy, and Cyborg Superman.
Yeah.
Although
what's his name? Henry
Cavill?
Yeah.
Although, that might be the plot of this movie. That might be the ending.
The destruction of Superman.
Doomsday kills Superman, and that's what causes the Justice League to come together.
Maybe. Because, Superman, they've lost the ultimate power of Superman, and now we gotta come together so we can be as great
But he'll
as
come back
was.
because there is another Man of Steel coming.
Yeah. But it's Superman.
Yeah,
he's going to come back.
Yeah, of course. Superman will be back. That's going to be the end of the trailer. Superman will be back in.
Yeah.
Like they do in Marvel.
Or James Bond. James Bond will return.
Inspector.
I'm glad they put Wonder Woman in.
The Wonder Woman reveal was real good.
That was really
cool.
good, although she didn't, say anything or emote or anything. She just stood there with a shield.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? I hope to God that she has some kind of sense of humor in this movie, because if not, you're going to have the three main superheroes of the DC
Trinity.
universe all being super grimacy sad sacks. I hope she's kind of arrogant. I hope she has kind of a smirk or kind of a
give her some
little
fish out of water stuff that works so well with Wonder Woman.
Or you know what? It's a Zack Snyder movie. I would be happy with any kind of personality that they would give her, because there is a very real threat that she may not have any kind of personality. She might just be a pretty face with a shield.
Though
and
I've seen some of the set shots from the Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah.
Why does it take place during World War I?
2.
No, the movie takes place during World War I.
I thought it was 2.
The comics it was 2. It might be World War I.
Everybody keeps saying World War I.
Well,
isn't Chris Pine supposed to play her love interest in that?
Steve Trevor.
Steve Trevor. But why is it World War I? Why is it not World War II? What difference is it? Why?
Well,
why would you change that?
Yeah, I mean, who knows? You know what's kind of bothered me a little bit too with this trailer? We have yet to see Aquaman.
Though I heard in the past teasers we've seen him, but barely.
What is there?
There's like a water,
geyser in the background.
There's like a water scene where you see somebody swimming or something.
I thought that was Superman.
I don't know. There's talk that it might be Aquaman.
Yeah. Just and the whole thing was so, the color scheme was just so drab. Everything was brown. Brown and gray.
It really is.
It's like a AAA video game.
The only time you really saw the color in Superman's costume is when he walked under a light or something, and it would brighten it up for a second.
For a second, and it looked really good when it's bright.
Yeah.
Or when they do one of those dumb Superman is Jesus scenes.
Yeah. Why?
I've heard that all might be dream sequence.
I hope it is, because I don't.
Did you see
how else are they going to explain Superman flying down and people kneeling, soldiers kneeling to him
and having Superman patches on their arms?
Another thing I want to talk about, the last shot of the trailer where you have Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman. You have a grimacing Superman, and you have Batman with a gun.
He has a gun?
He has a gun!
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's some kind of weird. It's some kind of weird.
The worst thing Batman could have.
You know what? I'm gonna.
It's some kind of weird looking Wayne Tech laser rifle or something.
I don't care. It's a gun.
I
know.
know. It's a gun. Though he did have a gun in the original comics. The gun that killed his parents.
Well, he was basically the Shadow back then, and he had purple gloves. Who wears purple gloves?
Not even the Phantom wears purple gloves.
And that dude loves purple.
Yeah.
Oh my god! In Jessica Jones, she like Kilgrave gives her a dress and it's all purple, and she like tears it up, and she's like, "You're not wearing the dress." She goes, "Purple's not my color."
It's a non-lethal bat gun that shoots sandbags.
Superman repellent.
Yeah. So it's a kryptonite gun.
Yeah. It just looks like an Uzi.
Oh god, that's disgusting.
Why?
I like that back and forth. Like, I thought she was with you. I thought she was with you.
That was kind of good, and I
Yeah.
like the back and forth between Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne at the very beginning.
Yeah.
That was really cool. But everything else, like in between, was just garbage. Just
Yeah.
absolute garbage.
Wonder Woman did need a snappy line after that.
She did.
Like, you know.
Maybe we'll get a snappy
She should have
line.
said like "I'm with me" or something
Yeah,
like that.
Something better than that, but we're not Hollywood, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. But better than just
Yeah.
turn towards the camera with like no expression on her face. Like, I mean, there's like mild, like pissed off, mildly pissed off. That's
I'm an
it.
independent Wonder Woman, and I don't need no man.
Don't need no
Super or bad.
I almost had that joke. I was right there. Yeah, but that's terrible. Look at that. Just look at what they did.
Look at the DC. You want to rub Zack Snyder's
Look
nose
at behold of your DC universe and despair.
the holy trinity of DC Comics looking dour
The
and
literal-
sad.
Batman with a gun. Why does Batman need a gun?
And he just looks like a solid gray blob.
Yeah.
There's no silhouette to him hardly at all. Just maybe a little bit of ears.
I think it's hard because the ears are so short.
Yeah. I mean, Superman strikes the right Superman silhouette. Like, that looks like Superman.
It looks like Superman. I wish his hands were on his hips instead of just down.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, I don't know. I'm looking
It's
at
like
it from a
lazy
design
Superman.
standpoint.
Yeah,
for
true.
Just
some
like
I guess
a
reason.
lazy Superman.
Yeah.
Well, the hands on the hip is a classic Superman pose. It needs to happen.
I really wish Wonder Woman would have said something. I didn't think about that, but
Yeah.
now it's driving me nuts.
Like I said, she might say something.
Well, in the movie, I'm sure she does, but she should have
Well,
said something in the
maybe.
trailer.
I hope so.
She's silent the whole film.
Or maybe that's just when she first... that's all we get. Right there at the end is Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman will return in Wonder Woman.
In 2017 or some crap. Now that
When's
we're
that
all
movie
mad,
come out? When's that movie come out?
Next year.
Next year.
I know, but
early next year.
But next year's
Yeah.
almost here.
I think it's spring.
Yeah. So soon.
So when Apocalypse is supposed to come out?
Yeah. Oh man, we haven't really seen anything from that, have we?
Not in a while.
X-Men Apocalypse.
Not really. Not since Ivan Ooze popped up
Well, they've said that was they are going to do some heavy CG on
and
that.
make it more blue.
well,
not so
that
purple.
They claim that was the plan from the beginning, but no, they're going to.
Yeah, that's what they said about Joker's tattoos, too.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? Oh, he doesn't really look like that. Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. Although I still maintain that the Joker that we're seeing in Suicide Squad is not really the Joker.
That he's Jason Todd.
That he's, if not Jason Todd, he is a former Robin.
Which I wonder if Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor is the Joker.
No, he is Lex Luthor
he's
Jr.
He's Lex Luthor Jr. That's right,
Well, yeah.
because his dad was Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
But what if he's the Joker? Because he acted more like the Joker than he did a Luthor.
Also, where's that bald head? All we saw was the long hair, but we've seen pictures of him with a bald head.
I'm sure it'll be like
that's a
at
wig.
post credit. Yeah, it could be a wig. That's true.
Or somehow working with Doomsday makes his hair fall out.
Maybe.
Why is it Doomsday? Why is it not Bizarro?
I know, right? That was like the very first thing I thought. It's like if you're gonna like clone a Kryptonian or something, and it goes wrong, why is it not Bizarro?
Like all you would need to do is have set up a movie where Lex Luthor, decides that the government comes to Lex Luthor and say, "Hey, you're a smart guy. We want a Superman that's for America."
That's exactly what happened in Superman Red Sun.
Yeah, and it's a perfect.
I love that comic.
And that's a
Oh
perfect.
my god, I love that comic.
And that would translate perfectly to the screen, unless they call this Doomsday. If they mashed up Doomsday and Bizarro, they call like he looks like one and call him another. Or what if this is actually Zod, like super deformed Zod,
Messed up Zod.
like reincarnated Zod or whatever.
something like that.
I kind of thought that too.
Yeah,
Maybe he'll finally say kneel before Zod.
Well, no, all he's saying is, everything on me is on fire.
Ow, my neck still hurts.
Oh my god, I hope he makes a joke like that. That would be the best. That might make me forgive the movie. If
No,
it
wouldn't make me forget the movie.
No.
Anyway, we're out of time. We have spent too much time complaining about things.
Oh my god.
Samurai Jack's coming back. Get excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the last thing. That's it. You have been listening to Nerd Overload. Thank you for tuning in. You can find us each and every day over at nerdoverload.com.
You can also find us at Facebook at facebook.com/Nerd Overload website.
You can send us emails at staff@nerdoverload.com or tweet at us at nerd_overload.
Hey, tell us what your favorite superhero thing is that's going on right now.
Yeah, complain to us about comics. That sounds like a great idea.
This was 3 nerds complaining.
You can also tweet us at...
I did that.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
God damn it.
All right, well, hey, thanks again for tuning in, and we will be back next week.
Pizza out.
This show was sponsored in part by MB Subculture Comics and Costumes.